Rapper.
We're live. You get nice looks of Scott eating heaping spoonfuls of cereal. That was a big spoonful.
Oh, listen, this prison is great. They gave me chocolate peanut butter cereal for a meal. Are you kidding me?
Wow, actually. I have homemade cookies right here.
Metal spoons, not wooden. Like usually in prison, I get splinters. It's usually unwashed wooden spoons of bacteria all locked inside. Yeah, this is amazing.
You know the funny thing about this joke? Is that Neil makes the same joke, but his character is eating whatever he's eating. Especially when it's like, he's at a feast and like, the noodles here are delicious. It's like, really...
That's funny.
Yeah.
I never realized that.
He hasn't done it because he hasn't eaten on stream here, but he's done it in some of the other games. So, yeah, you're given about an hour of time to patch yourselves up. Do you talk about anything while you're doing that? Or you just kind of like, all of you are individually doing your own patch jobs, although Slade's is of his bow, not of his body.
Rook is murmuring to himself, patching himself up. Not really paying attention to these
Ellis is probably making fun of Slade. It's like, oi fingers. For all your talk about being able to fight on your own, you certainly couldn't have managed it there, could you? Saved your ass. All your weapons falling apart.
You did. I'm sorry. These dwarves apparently don't know how to handle weaponry right. But hey, you know, I appreciate you pulling my ass in those teeth.
You're welcome. Can't say I'm too happy about it, but I wish the damn brute over here had taken his fair share of the hits from that bloody thing. I'm not a frontline fighter.
Neither am I.
Shield.
Neither am I. I don't know. This whole thing is stupid. I mean, hey, listen, there's a squirrel that stole a coin. You should go die for other people's entertainment.
Yeah, the bloody noble had it coming as well. Did a word of service with that punch.
I say when we get out of here, we find that squirrel and we find that noble and we show them who's boss. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you're right, yeah. You know, you're a pretty decent guy, aren't you, Fingers? I'm up for that. Go find that noble, knock his lights in a bit.
Well, I mean, I'm just assuming he has a pretty full coin purse.
Seemed like it. He had a couple of hangers on. I'm sure one of them was carrying something. I never got a chance to check. Wasn't really interested. But well, I'm not a thief, but I'd hardly care about those who are. I mean, I earn money by killing people, so.
I'm not a thief either. Absolutely not.
Whoa, Fingers! You're seriously telling me you're not a thief?
I'm not a thief. I have never been convicted of a crime wherein I've stolen something. Never once.
Yeah,
Which
right.
technically makes me not a thief.
And I'm the bloody queen of Goldport, mate. Pull the other one.
Are you? Oh my goodness, Rook! Did you just? Your Majesty, please. Rook here and I would be more than happy to lend you his magic. What the fuck was that? Oh, my bow tip. What was that?
She actually cuffs Slade around the head. It's like, shut up, you're not fooling anyone, you bloody half.
Really, I have never been convicted of a crime wherein I've stolen something.
That it just means you've never been caught. I know you're tight, Fingers.
Listen, I've stolen. You're right. I will come clean. I'll come clean, and I'm sorry for lying
and
to you.
don't say you've
Lady of
stolen any
Goldcourt.
bloody hearts.
Damn it!
At this point,
Odds are all the same. I mean, I'll give you credit. You do tend to be good with your tongues in more ways than one, but you're not getting one over me there.
You know, I feel like you've read my book, and now you know my lines. I knew I misplaced that journal somewhere. Ugh. Wait, have we met?
And now you're not trying that line on me either. I've met your type, and I mean, I'm not averse to that. But
all right,
once we get out of here, maybe
my
it'll be time
prize.
for a bit of fun.
Listen,
But...
I know what we're fighting for here. All right, let's do this.
It'd be so funny if Slade rolls really well now. Okay, so you actually kind of finish having this conversation, and funnily enough, Rook says nothing this entire time,
murmuring to himself.
especially when you question him. And I've got hiccups now because I ate that cookie really quickly. the gate starts to open again, and you are again suggested to go forward into the Colosseum. You actually don't really need to super go forward because it will. Your characters are already there, but as you do, you hear again more rousing and stuff like that. And rousing? What am I even talking? What even am I fucking talking about? You hear more cheering and the crowd going wild. And as you seemingly two of you just kind of want to stay in there. You do not want to leave your cozy little corridor. I guess you are both mages.
As Ellis walks out, she sort of flips the bird at the crowd this time.
there's actually laughter. The crowd actually seems to find Ellis pretty amusing. And after again, it's like, looks like they're ready. They pull another switch, and you hear this jabbering. Are you showing off?
Yeah.
Give me a performance roll. You hear this jabbering and this dragging of feet as 3 gnolls are released into the arena. Performance, you do an alright job. People are still laughing at Ellis though instead. Gnolls, horrifying hyena people monsters. That's all you really need to know. Go ahead and roll initiative, because as soon as they're sort of like pushed out of their box, they immediately, like, they smell the blood, and their mouths twist into these very toothy smiles, like more teeth than they should have smiles. And then they see the living. They kind of nudge each other and pick up their spears and things that were just on the ground and start to move. Well, we'll see if they start to move, depending on how good their initiative roll is. It might be dog trash. It's all on the dice. There's a modifier, but it's tiny.
Never gonna live.
It's pretty bad. So they start doing this. Now the reason why you guys actually have the first initiative, and look at that, the initiative order actually was perfect first time along. I didn't have to change anything. The reason why it's perfect is because they start jabbering to each other like. You actually have the chance to move first, because immediately seeing this, they start like almost planning to themselves, plotting.
Well, I can't see. Oh, I see them now. I'm going to take a shot with my bow, because I suppose I don't get the roguish, like, they don't know I'm there, so I have advantage.
No, they've clearly seen you at this point.
Yeah.
Kind of a downside of a rogue in an arena, but you know.
Yeah.
Rogue in an arena. Down.
All right, so
this is gonna be my new album.
Honestly, I'd just take a shot with my bow. I'd be like, nope.
Makes sense.
I'll Han Solo that shit.
You miss?
Well, I guess I would Greedo that.
So I don't
shit.
know if has Han ever missed in the show. I don't know.
Han has missed 1,000 times.
I don't remember a time, but then why would I remember him missing? Right?
Han Solo pulls the trigger 8 trillion times and one person dies. Like, watch every Star Wars fight scene.
I don't know. I was generally wondering. You horribly miss. I don't know if it's a little bit of sort of instinctual fear at these beasts or what. Ellis.
Oh, I'm going to, when I miss, I'm literally going to throw my bow across the room. Be like, fucking dwarves! Throw my bow across. Maybe
the weight's all wrong now.
I'll throw it into the crowd.
Well, you can't, but you can throw it like that way.
Yeah, like up towards them. Yeah. Yeah,
all right, Ellis.
Ellis actually cackles with laughter at seeing Slade failing that badly again, and then takes a shot again. Magic chanting under her breath.
Magicy.
She fires an arrow at the middle one.
Cool. That's a hit.
And
you have a plus
also,
9.
as this fires, the chanting goes on a bit longer this time and a bit louder. So the initial damage is that, and then I am going to use one of my arcane shot options. I am going to use bursting arrow.
It's a creature. If the target hits a creature, everyone in 10 feet of it. Okay, so what happens is you fire that arrow, it's magical, it sails through the air in just because of you got the blue dice right now, I am imagining it's blue magic. pale blue. Arrow hits, and like it hits the null, and it's like, and then it's like, sort of a force wave coming out of it, and that actually.
I just want to make certain because I'm surprised. I can't remember if that. I haven't written down that it takes a saving throw, which probably means it doesn't because I did copy it word for word.
No, I think this one doesn't to give a saving throw.
Yeah, which makes it quite useful.
Oh yeah, it's straight up just AoE damage. Because the other one does. I remember looking at your stuff briefly.
Yeah.
That doesn't kill it instantly because of the way the force damage works. It can kind of go through him. So this null is like on the ground, like shaking.
And the other two takes.
And the other two take the damage as well. They are like actually like thrown to the walls more or less, and they're kind of scrambling back up, and they like suddenly get serious. Rook, your turn. Unless you want to move, Ellis, which I don't think you do because you're an archer.
I'm going to move as far as I can to there. I'm going to cast Mage Armor on myself.
Great.
To push my armor class to 16, I believe. Or 15. 15 or 16. Hold on. Wait a sec. Pop it up.
13
16.
16. Awesome.
And then I will cast Expeditious Retreat and move another 30.
Fuck, okay.
So
you run up here, start casting spells, more spells, and just sprint. Just
sprint at them.
Dash! Probably throwing like blood and sand up.
In fact, I barge past Slade like quite aggressively as I do it.
Hulky.
Yeah.
Last time I like slipped through your square like gracefully, and this time you're just like boom.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. Okay, so in fact, actually, the first null sees this and starts sprinting up to meet you in the middle.
Bring it on, bitch.
And is going to straight up attack ye. Wait a minute, nulls don't say ye.
That's not a null. It's a human in disguise.
You caught me, human.
Oh no, where's Price?
That is a hit. Very nearly a crit, but it wasn't. And it just runs up and kind of does like a bit of a running jump with its spear. And its spear is like not the best construct. It's the kind of thing where it's probably made of little mixtures of stone and metal, or like reclaimed metal as at the end of a sword kind of jammed on there. But it does like, it goes in you and it does damage. It hits you for 6 damage. This boy down here, they were getting their spears ready, so this one actually gets his a bow out, seeing the other two people with bows, kind of evens it out actually, and attacks at Rook. But again, this bow is, you know how Slade was annoyed that they dropped his bow and it kind of did some damage? You wouldn't be able to tell the difference if they dropped their bows, which they probably did. You saw it on the floor. That would have been a hit if it wasn't for the mage armor. So the arrow sails true and then just crashes against magical shielding and turns into splinters.
Dark purple.
Dark purple. Ooh. And then this last one actually just starts sprinting up like. Awesome. Then it's Slade.
Well, unfortunately, I had to throw my bow because it's a piece of shit. So Slade is going to go engage in melee combat.
Glorious melee.
Cool.
Join me.
No, keep this on.
Rook turns around just like,
join
me.
And attack.
Awesome. Oh, there's a hit. That is a kill. Describe that kill.
So, seeing the combat like kind of unfold, and the fact that Rock had gone up there and was attempting to, but sadly failing miserably to finish his target, I'm actually going to go rushing forward because this is the one that was shot by I almost said Arvine.
This is the one that was shot by.
Oh, okay, even better, cool. So I go rushing up, past the injured one, because the uninjured one, hopping over the flame. I imagine catching a little bit of the embers or ash in my hand as I go.
Badass.
So as I rush forward past Rock, I throw a little of the soot or whatever in his eyes to just kind of like distract him, and as he kind of like flinches backwards, just go straight for the throat. So I'm puncturing straight through the throat, trachea, twist and pull.
Awesome. So for some reason I thought you were going to attack then, and I forgot that I was letting you describe your kill. Ellis
Takes a shot at the one charging towards her.
Yeah, it definitely got its eyes on you. That actually isn't a hit.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, shit.
So she backs up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Try and keep that
right off
away.
frame. Okay.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Like just how disappointing you were that you missed. You should be used to missing. All your characters have terrible luck. Rook. Slade comes in, gets the kill.
Okay. Hold on. Okay, I will approach this little belter.
Yes, thank you, Rook.
Don't worry about it.
Obviously, he was going to take care of that. It was not a concern with the initiative order.
Yeah.
And I'm going to cast Chill Touch.
Ooh.
But what actually happens is this dark purple entity that's been whizzing around me every time I've been casting spells. I don't touch it, and a ghostly skeletal hand doesn't touch it. It's like a clawed dark purple hand that sort of just comes forth and sort of claws at the knoll a little bit.
Go ahead and give me an attack, a ranged spell attack. There we go.
I can click. Do I click something?
No, you're
in
gonna
my...
have to create that as like an attack option. It should be whatever your spell casting stat is plus your proficiency modifier. I want to say.
Okay. Wait. What?
Wait.
Make a ranged spell
A ranged
attack.
spell attack.
So just roll a d20 and add my
Yes.
spell attack bonus?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you can just do it that way. You can do it as macros. You can do it as cards or.
I told Dean how to do the macros for the damage. I didn't even think about telling him that bit.
Yeah, the attack roll has to be included in there too.
But it's okay. 15 isn't a
Whoa! You have a +4 stat? Am I the
+4.
only character without a +4 stat? Jesus
hit.
Christ!
You run over, and this thing tries to grab a thing, and it's not scared. It actually like fights back, just
Although
as if it was another beast.
I fucked up. It's actually 13. It's 2 + 2.
Oh.
It misses even more.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
I just wanted to get that out there. So the people don't...
declare. Okay, it's
Yeah.
immediately going to attack you back.
That's fine.
Is it? We'll see. Let's
That's
find out.
fine. That's fine.
Jarviskjir, stars and celebrities. Can they fight things? Let's find out. The null hits for 4 damage. Just like a jab. Again, it wasn't scared of what fought it beforehand. As soon as that apparition starts to disappear, its attention is just focused on you. And this is the kind of thing where it's like... just like constant attacks. They're not very refined, but it's the kind of thing where there's so many attacks going through. Eventually some of them hit. The other one will shoot at Slade.
Rook's
Oh,
had
shoots?
shit
I thought it was
spending.
gonna move. Okay.
This is the one with a bow. We're using a bow at the moment anyway.
Yeah. He picked up my bow off the ground.
No. But it looks just as shit as the other one does now. That's a hit for 4 damage.
Okay.
And Slade. But it kind of like does that and then it's like...
He already got hit pretty hard by what's her
That
face
is
as
the weakest one, yeah. That one is bleeding out. You can see the magical arrow is still like in there, pulsing with magic that's created this big like crater of flesh. It's gross. It's really gross.
Crater of flesh.
Name
gonna
of my
be a-
third album. That's a hit. That is a kill, actually. Just a
Okay.
clean kill.
So it's one of those quick rush up and as they were kind of like knocking the second arrow or whatever, just like duck under and just thrust up and let done be done, and then start making my way back to my friend. That's my turn.
Awesome. Ellis.
Guess what Ellis is going to do? She's going to fire an arrow at the knoll.
And she's going
Right.
to miss.
Probably.
It's okay though. She'll get a
Damn.
critical hit
Nope,
against
she
her
hit.
afterwards.
So it's okay.
+9.
I know. It's amazing. Plus size insane.
That actually isn't a kill.
As this after she looses the arrow, you also see her breathe out and just recenter herself and use second wind just to get myself some HP back.
You look like you're so high on health, but then I remember you're a fighter and you probably are missing like a ton. But you,
Well, not really. It's just that if we get a short rest between fights, I might as well use it.
Sure. Rook.
Rook will not fuck about and immediately swing with his mace towards this little bastard. And as he does so, he'll actually yell, "You're getting rusty, Vane!" And will swing with his mace.
Ooh. Again, like this thing, it blocks you, and then it kind of like it blocks you, and then looks around, almost as if it's looking at what you're talking to.
The irony.
In fact, Rook, why don't you give me a perception roll while I attack you? Because I can. Because it's Denol's turn. Don't worry about it.
Rolling like ass. That's what I'm rolling like.
Really? Because my ass is good. That's like a 20 right there. But this thing,
Nope.
the knoll is like attacking you with the spear, but it's really half-hearted. It is distracted. And while it's attacking you back, you actually kind of notice what's distracting it too. There's just a very uncomfortable cold breeze. But you're in the middle of the arena, so it doesn't make sense. And for some, that's just like he's attacking you and like fighting and blocking, but keeps like looking around like a confused beast. Slade.
All right. I'm going to move the rest of the way up. 1, 2, 3. Make my attack roll. Wait, can I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
Yeah, you could do
Might
that
as
and
well.
give advantage. That's absolutely fine.
Oh!
Super
I rolled
crit.
2 natty 20s.
Super crit. You got a super crit, baby.
How do you roll that? That's ridiculous.
Super crit.
Oh my god. Does that mean I
He's super
stab it
gritty.
so hard with so much force that its guts pour out and into Ruck and kill Ruck too?
You're not killing Rook unless you want to kill.
Do I kill it so hard the dwarves all simultaneously poop themselves and we win? And are released in prison? Or do I do a floppy, crappy 7 points of damage?
Well, you do kill it. You run up behind while it's distracted and stab it so easily in the back.
I do 21 points of damage.
Yeah, the double sneak attack is so crazy, which
That
it
is-
totally should be, but it's
Says
so
Stalbar.
crazy. It says Stalbar. I've had it both ways. It is,
That is sickening. I feel sick.
yeah. Friday show took 40 damage in a turn.
1 arrow.
1 arrow. But that was so you run up behind. Feel free to describe it, but I imagine you do while it's distracted. Just take it to the spine, shank it.
Oh, I do an S. Zoro's too easy. There you go. The Z's too easy. With a double natty crit, it's like I carve an S into him.
That's
Oh.
actually pretty badass, and because gnolls have like this horrifying like hunch, you actually easily can. You do this, and it kind of squeaks out, and it's like reaching, and it's actually reaching for like Rook. It's not got its hand in its grasp anymore. It reaches, and it falls flat. The gate behind you doesn't open again.
I'm actually wicked smart, and so when the gate doesn't open, it's kind of like knock the blood off. I'm gonna look at Ruck to see what condition he's in. Is he alright?
How's Rook looking? How's Rook looking?
Sorry, I'll keep looking at things. Rook is looking okay. He's looking. Actually, he wants to say something to Ellis. He's looking
please.
at Ellis quite angrily, and he goes, "There, I took all the damage.
Yeah, good job, you big bro. But while we're on the damn subject, what the hell are you? You one of those bound to a patron mages? Some weird shit like that?
I'll walk back. Just walk past him.
The gate doesn't
Well,
open.
she yells after you, well, fuck you too!
So you walk back, like, sort of this way. It's while you're walking back, you get out of there, and then the room feels uncomfortably warm. But that's when you realize it's just the natural warmth. It's just really cold there. No, actually, then all of you start to feel that just cold breeze. The kind of, like, no matter where you're standing, it hits you in very uncomfortable places. You can almost feel it through your bones. And then you hear a scream. This spectral form sort of just dashes through the walls into the arena. It's a spectral form of vaguely a dwarven woman. But it's very hard to see, it's very distorted, and it runs in howls. It howls with such force the ground beneath starts to crack. The blood actually starts to bubble, and actually, the gate where the gnolls were at, splinters, buckles, and shatters. Opening up the tunnels behind. It's actually at this point you realize, you maybe didn't realize it in the glorious combat, the cheering's actually gone completely silent.
Hello?
Okay, what the fuck is going on now?
Go ahead and roll initiative. Well, you can actually keep your initiative. She will roll.
Can I re-roll
special
my initiative?
No.
Oh.
No.
So when you say what the fuck is going on now, I say, Ruck got his wish.
Fucking mages and their damn patron. Oh, God's sake.
No! Not me.
Go watch your damn brute.
No, it wasn't me.
Ruck, you said silence.
Ellis actually snorts with laughter at that.
You'll finally get a crack of a smile from Rook.
Okay. So, Slade, considering you have time to do some petty quips, you have time to act, actually. This thing is, this spirit is sort of there, spectrally glowing, struggling in the middle of the arena. It definitely is watching you, but I don't think Slade knows anything about ghosts. So it's your turn.
You ever seen Most Haunted?
Yeah, you got it.
I'm like, I'm looking around. I'm like, is that a thing? I can barely see it.
Doesn't look friendly.
How do you fight a thing that isn't a thing? Like I can see through the thing.
Try stabbing it, you idiot.
You stab a thing that's not a thing? What is
Well,
that
it's
thing?
better than just standing there.
Wait, are we supposed to fight this thing? I didn't think this thing was supposed to be here.
I don't fucking know, but I'm not going to wait around to find out.
At this point,
Yeah, me
Ellis
neither.
takes her
I'm going to
turn.
back off. I'm actually going to retreat because I have no idea what the fuck this is.
Feel free. Ellis, take your turn.
Ellis makes a...
I go and get my bow.
Basically.
Yeah, it's just like on the ground there.
Hold on.
And
Double action to get my bow. He's within range.
Okay,
And take a
okay. Fine. That is actually a brilliant hit. Yeah, you shoot it. It like flinches. The arrow goes through it, but it like flinches, and you almost see it like ripple. Like.
See, it doesn't work.
Ellis, right on
Can
you.
I keep
That was
my
a hit.
20
That was a hit. Just roll the damage.
Okay. And I'm chanting again. I'm going to use my second bursting arrow on this thing. I don't like it. So... And because this is I mean, I don't know exactly what this ghost is. If this is a magic
It's a
arrow,
magical
what's it gonna
attack. Yeah, Slade's arrow went right through, and it's basically at the same time. He's like, see, it doesn't do anything. She fires this arrow. It spins through the air, hits, and the ghost looks like it just got hit by an arrow. Just and then it's like just as it starts to recover, the arrow bursts, and it's like, and it actually gets like knocked up to the ceiling before like floating back down.
And she moves back a bit and yells at Slade, "See, it can be bloody hit!"
Okay, at this point, I get my ruler out.
Whoa. Oh, Ollie. We all know who's going to win this. Dean literally
I was going to
wrote
say,
a rap about
Dean,
this. Dean literally wrote
we
a rap
have
about
audio
this.
evidence of Dean's massive dongus. Okay, all of you give me a wisdom save.
Oh, crap.
Because this thing is like a hit, and before it looked like a sort of dwarven maiden. And then it suddenly becomes something just other, like this blue becomes just black. And you see nothing but eyes and darkness within as it screeches and howls and the ground cracks more.
Right,
who are
do
we
you just
missing?
have flat 14s for all your stats?
Where
I've seen
is
3 plus
Slade?
2 mods so far.
Wisdom save Slade. Wisdom Slade.
I don't want to.
Please.
I don't have a +2.
Yeah.
Oh, you rolled double natty 20s. I knew this was
So
gonna
this
happen.
is the
What
really
the
fun
fuck?
thing about this. Okay, so first of all of you are frightened, which is funny because imagine you were like kind of spooked anyway, but now you are actually statistically terrified of this thing. I was doing the wrong one. That's a symbol for fear because it's hilarious. But there's more to it because it's a ghost. Oh, let me just read this paragraph of text that goes with this ability.
Slade actually just pissed himself. That's what that
Okay, I'm just gonna
is.
roll. And I'm considering you got a natural run.
That's a run.
Okay, Ellis.
Yeah.
In the fear, the passage of time breaks on you, and you age instantly 20 years. Rook,
Fuck off.
you instantly age 30 years. Slade, luckily for his half-elf heritage, this isn't as bad as it could be, ages 50 years.
I'm 80 fucking 2 years old. It doesn't matter if I'm a half elf. I'm 80 fucking 2 years old.
I'm
an
81.
old motherfucker.
I'm
I'm an old
49.
motherfucker. Half elves die at like 120. I am an old motherfucker.
Yeah,
I'm like
you
a
are now.
60-year-old in real life.
I would imagine.
Yeah, no, that's basically it,
Alice doesn't
yeah.
actually look that different. It's, there's a few more wrinkles, and that's about it. She still looks like she could
she
be
aged
50.
great.
I'm 82 years
And
old.
Rook probably looked pretty
How
bad
old
because
is
half.
Death's
I've got like saggy tits. Like, come on.
Yeah, no, yeah, because Rook was pretty old. Rook
Yeah,
is
Rook-
actually like a fucking wrinkled old man now. Like,
How old are you, Rook?
Rook is 55?
well, not
Oh,
anymore.
Shit, and you're a half Rook?
Not anymore.
51, and what was it, 30 years?
But you're now.
I'm 81 years old as a
That's
now
half.
past
80.
the average half Rook lifespan.
He is actually
average
like.
half Orcs die like 70.
Yeah,
no.
yeah. He
You
like.
die. And
Not
then
yet.
decompose.
But he's close. So considering you're all frightened, let me just.
Yes, I'm frightened. I get saggy tits. I can't get it up for Ellis anymore. Yes, I'm frightened.
Can you
Not that she's much of a looker anywore either.
No, she
actually looks fine.
Pretty much the same. It's odd. She hasn't changed that much.
That's the most annoying
Few more
thing.
wrinkles.
Wait, how old are you?
Now I am 49, so I'm like,
As a human, right?
yeah.
But this isn't like modern day 49 where 40s are your new 20s because grandma's, letting it all hang out there. This is like old days 49 where you're 49.
Okay,
You go like-
so
scraggly gray
Rook,
hair.
it's your turn. You are old, withered, and frightened. You don't know what just happened to you. You just feel ache in every single part of your body. But
Fucking
parts of the
arthritis.
body you didn't know about are hurting, and it's not the pain of an axe. It's just the pain of the wear and tear. You are frightened. You can't move closer to the ghost, but you can take turns. You have disadvantage to interact with the ghost in basically any way, though.
Just take turns at the oxygen tank. We get it.
Because of how Rook works, could I still attack it with Chill Touch? Because it's not...
No, because it's still a melee attack, right?
No,
No, it's a
range.
raised attack.
Oh, what's the
60
range?
Yeah,
If it's 60
120
foot, yeah,
feet.
you can. It would still be disadvantage.
Yeah, that's fine.
You can
I mean,
do
we're
it, though.
talking old school D&D. Like, aging, you would take some serious penalties.
Yeah, but it's kind of sad that there's nothing aside from roleplay for this.
Yeah.
But I feel like Slade, at least if he gets out of this, has a new quest.
Like, all of my stats would drop by 3.
Yeah.
If I was human, even worse. It'd be by
Okay. You try and concentrate on this magic, although I know what you're really doing. The ghost doesn't seem phased. Now, admittedly, the ghost looks frazzled. Parts of it are almost tearing off, but it's not phased by that. Do you want to do anything else?
I will. I will like use all of my strength in the entire world to crawl that way. Just 5 feet.
Slade!
I don't know what's going on. I'm not a fan of this. As my teeth are rotted out. I imagine Slade doesn't live a very
Healthy life.
healthy lifestyle,
Yeah.
right? I mean, there's lots of alcohol and tits. I mean, it's not like
He's the candle that burns brightest.
Are tits
Right?
unhealthy?
I've got something to tell you, Dean.
mother's milk is very sweet. So,
Oh, that's what he's
Anyways.
into. Okay.
What the hell?
so I'm like, what is going on? I don't understand. Grab an arrow and try to knock it, and I'm like the flabby arms are like waggling as he's like struggling, and his arthritis is killing him as he's knocking an arrow, trying to drive.
What about
He's
the
like,
squirrel?
my
Scott, make
shoulder!
me another wisdom
This is
save.
not a good thing. Ugh.
Scott, make me another wisdom save.
Oh, fuck me. Do I have to do it before or after my attack roll?
Just now, just immediately.
Ugh.
The squirrel's fine.
Fuck you.
Squirrel was like, "What's going on?"
The only,
Ugh.
the only
Ah!
It again roll damage. That does shoot at him. It's just your arrows kind of go through. But I mean, you know how ghosties work. That still hurts them.
I know the mechanics of it, yes.
Disadvantage.
What's this?
I don't want to be that guy, but isn't that meant to be at disadvantage, that attack roll?
Oh, is it? Do I have
Oh yes, it would be because you're
Thank you.
frightened.
Oh, thank you. Nope, that's legit. Completely legit.
I was too busy
I
thinking
always
about the
like
squirrel.
that
Years
guy.
old.
As a DM, I like that guy.
Hey, you're good.
You got a better roll.
So who cares? Yeah, that's the thing. Like Rook is lucky he's a half orc because like orcs die at like 50. So
Half orc side like 75. I'm pretty sure.
naturally, yeah. Luckily, due to all the situation, he's clinging on. But you know, he might just fall asleep and not wake up.
Wait, did half elves get pushed, stretched to a longer age in 5e? I'm gonna check.
No, I go roughly your kind of thing, 100, 120 or so. Depends on
Yeah.
that. Depends, especially because you're not like magically inclined in any way. That usually does increase your lifespan, unless you're doing necromancy, unless it either really lowers it or really increases it.
It says 180, but it's your world, obviously
150, 120. You're
Yeah.
fine, but Slade also has a flair for the dramatic.
Yeah.
So everything sucks for Slade right now. Ellis, terrified, scary ghost. Oh, and Rook and Slade give me wisdom saves to cure the fear.
Wisdom.
Yeah,
Just normal, no disadvantage on that.
That was
that's
my
just
mistake.
straight. Yeah. Are you no longer scared for your next turn?
Not any better.
And not surprisingly, Slade is hamming it up. Ellis, what's up?
Although Ellis doesn't look that much different, when she's pulling back the bow, it's noticeably there's like a bit of a sort of the joints aren't very good, have taken a bit of a back. But as she looks like she's struggling, and then she suddenly seems to she sort of closes her eyes for just a moment, and then brings them open again, and it's almost as if she's got a second wind, but not quite. I am using my human determination feat to counteract the disadvantage.
Yes. Yeah.
And longbow on this thing.
It rolled up a 20. It's still a hit because it's a ghost.
Oh, come on!
No, the humans are determined, but they're also, you know, They really want to go to bed at a reasonable bedtime. Okay, the ghosties. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, Rook, that 5 foot you moved yourself back. Do you count that? You little cheesy.
Let's say yes, I did.
Because that is a cheesy play. I could have hit you if you didn't move back 1. Cheesy. Okay. In which case, it actually goes toward the person who's most scared, as the ghosts do. Rook, your turn. You're no longer scared. You can move closer. You can act with impunity. Yeah, everything aches and stuff, but I imagine you're in a little bit of a rage right now.
Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I do have to interrupt your turn. I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to.
Absolutely.
Yep. And what is it? Half my speed. So I'm just gonna
so
go. What is it? 3 squares then? No. Yeah, 3 squares.
Yeah, 3.
1, 2, 3, which is appropriate because I'm scared.
No, it's actually perfect. Rook, go ahead.
Chill touch once again, and in fact, I'll just scream the word vein from the top of my elderly lungs. No disadvantage anymore, correct?
Nope.
Or is it because
Nope, you're good.
Still...
You're good.
Okay.
Nah. Age is just mostly roleplay stuff with me. I respect rules that have ages as stats, but not what I need. That's a hit, and the damage...
Garbage.
You already did the damage with the 7.
Something
yeah.
Something bothers me about undead being able to take necrotic damage.
Well, nothing happens.
Oh, okay.
These purple claws sort of get up behind the ghost and swipe at it. And the ghost turns around and is no longer interested in Slade, but is not harmed in any way. Slade.
Yeah, well, since I already disengaged, I'm running the fuck away because I'm scared. So not actually anywhere near as old as I initially thought I felt at the moment. I'll kind of like come around the corner, 2 squares.
Still going from like 30 to 80.
Oh yeah,
you feel like shit.
Stretch for a second, be like, okay, no, I still got this. Oh god, I hope I've got this. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Totally hide behind the excuse me, young lady, and knock an arrow and fire. 6 attack roll.
That's a hit. The dice rolled somewhere mysterious.
Again, shouldn't that have been a disadvantage? You're still.
Yes!
Oh god damn it!
Why?
No, you were correct. I knocked it off
You're
for
right.
a different roll.
Yeah.
And forgot to put it back. Oh, are you kidding me?
This is so fine. Okay, we'll allow it.
And the same thing, less damage on the second roll. And
Fine.
then I'm going to cunning action and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because
give me a Wizzy save.
Me?
Yeah.
Urination save? Ah!
Yeah. You're Ericing hardcore.
There you go.
You are... You sort of snap back to it. You might still be scared, but you aren't pissing in your boots right now scared because you can't control your bladder. Ellis.
Should I have made a wisdom save at the end of my last turn as well?
You should have.
Okay.
I'm being trash right now, but that's okay because it's a one-shot.
So do you want me to make one now?
Yeah. We'll do it for the... retroactively. Alright, you are not scared for this turn. Very good that you remembered that.
Okay, then guess what? It's a magic arrow coming straight at Ghosty. I've just realised, unless I roll a 1, I literally can't miss it. Because I've got a +9.
Yeah. Very
You
useful
used
that
to
you
have
had an arcane
bonus
archer.
AC. Not anymore.
Again, you hit it. It sort of clutches, like falls, and almost as if it's something sort of glitching out, like it flickers in place in a few different emotions of pain, yelling and screaming. It is so clearly unraveling. Just the sort of the ghost is sort of spreading out in almost every way, like cloth draping in the wind. So it fights back. All of you have overcome its fear. So would have loved to have attacked Ellis there, but it doesn't look like it's going to be able to do so. What a
Poor
horrible
Rock.
shame.
Rock, you're about to
Rook.
become a ghost. She ages you one more minute, and you're like, nope.
Yeah. If you got aged again, that would the
Oh.
DM rule of cool of this age really old fight would not be allowed.
Poor Dean.
Oh,
Poor Dean.
Okay.
oh, poor Dean.
Oh dear. R.I.P.
The ghost chases Ellis down, swoops to the side, where Ellis is kind of like runs around Rook, who's still kind of fighting, but is kind of struggling to actually stand right now. And then the ghost just goes inside Rook for a few moments. Rook would shake and spasm, just fall to the ground, taking 22 damage. 22
Holy
necrotic damage. And then the ghost just kind of like pulls itself back out. It has way more arms than it should, like 6 arms, pulling it out of the ground as it's shaking, pulling it out of Rook's body as it's shaking, and starts sort of trying to go for Ellis.
2 points away from instant death.
Oh yes, I had to check. Slade.
Ooh, mama.
Are you down?
He is down.
I'm down.
He's on the ground and is not getting up.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't have magic weapons, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take a shot with the short bow. Disadvantage, right? Or no?
You're not
Because I
scared
made my
anymore.
save.
Yeah, you made your save.
So no disadvantage?
No disadvantage.
I'll probably miss this time. Oh,
It's a
okay.
hit.
Huh. And then
It just pisses it off. That's all
and then I
you're doing.
go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And off you go, stage right. Alice.
1, 2, 3. Gonna take the shot. Come on, just don't crit fail, please.
19,
Hey!
19 to a
Close.
28. Just beautiful. And with that arrow, the magic hits it, and it just nothing. Just stillness in the air. Although there's still that really uncomfortable cold. You just feel it everywhere. And that silence. In fact, it's actually not quite silence. You can hear noise out there, but it's just still, it's not the crowd. Which is just, it's an arena. It just feels really weird.
Could we originally see the crowd, or could we only hear
You
them?
would have been able to see the crowd through the slits in the walls if you were like a lot either on the other side of the arena or like up on something. They're like a bit above you, so you could
So-
see them, but you'd be able to see motion in them, but you wouldn't be able to really see people through them. If that makes sense.
So Ellis, immediately after it falls, Ellis just walks to the, or like she goes to move quite confidently, and then there's like, oh shit, it's a bit stiff sort of thing, and then gets to the middle of the arena and just yells, "Oi, you stone-shiding bastards! I take it that wasn't part of your little demonstration. How about getting some damn healing? Reverse this, whatever the hell just happened to us."
I sit down and catch my breath. I'm an 80-something-year-old man, granted half-elf and not human.
Rook, make
but
a
literally
death save.
Flash 80 and just sat down and just like ran a fuck ton. It's double moved constantly. I'm like,
You both do that. There's no response.
Okay, in that case, Ellis just sort of like curses under her breath, looks at Rook, and just like, oh, for God's sake, bloody brute, and goes over and tries to
Medicine
stabilize
roll.
him a little bit. She's not very good at this. But she's good
That's
at
fine. I think 10. Yeah, it's 10. Or at least I use it as 10.
She knows some rudimentary battlefield medicine, you know.
You know
High
enough to and also because he wasn't really dying of bleeding, he was ghosted. They slimed him.
They slimed me.
Yeah. So he's actually not that hard to rouse him, but aside from he's really old, and actually his skin is like kind of dusty, like powdery to the touch. It's very gross and horrible.
She's like touching. It's like, oh,
Like
this.
the top of an unwashed mushroom. That's what I feel like.
Yes, Dean, if that's what you want to feel like, that's it. Either way, you come screaming back to reality with 1 health.
Only a much more lower pitch than that. Yeah.
Great.
Are you stood over me, Alice?
I think both of them are.
Yeah. Well, Ellis is certainly sort of like doing it like.
With all the strength I could muster, I would grab Ellis by the shoulder like immediately as I wake up, just out like a reaction.
The fuck, get off me, bro. You're okay. We're okay. It's dead.
Why save me?
We fought together. That's what you do on the battlefield.
I don't know. Listen, if I looked half as bad as he did, I'd want to be dead too.
Yeah, but to be fair, if I looked half as bad as he did to begin with, I'd want to be dead too.
Hey, whoa, no, he was a strappy young man. He was good looking, had a nice life ahead of him. I'm sure he could have had lots of progeny. Now he's going to have to live life. Can't even get it up, let alone get it on. And then, see, this is a life he doesn't want to live. I shouldn't be saying this right now, should I?
So what?
You
I
look
should have
great.
left him to
You
die?
look great.
I should have left him to die? That's not what you do when you fought together.
It's called battlefield triage, and I'm gonna like bend down and help him up. But he's so big and heavy, it like hurts my back. I'm like, ah!
He's like big and heavy, but also withered and old, so it kind of evens out.
Ellis reluctantly goes and helps. Just like, so, any ideas on how the hell to reverse this? I shouted the bloody stone shaggers. I don't know where the hell they've gone. That wasn't planned. They're not responding. I tried shouting.
I think it's a delicious roast squirrel dinner is how we solve this problem. Yep. Squirrel dinner.
Squirrel dinner.
Why squirrels? Again with the
I don't know about
squirrels?
you.
Slade
It's always
both
with the
loves and
squirrels.
hates squirrels.
Well, I mean, Dean, do you know? Do you actually know why?
No.
Oh, it's funny. Hold on, because I have this ability. I have a squirrel friend. I have a pet squirrel.
friend.
His name's Tobias, of the really big tree, of the really big oak tree.
Is it from
Yeah.
space?
His name's Toby for short. No, he's not a Boo knockoff. Come on,
Okay.
I would have to be from Rashomon if I was going to have a Boo knockoff. You know, but So, anyways, no, I have a squirrel friend. I used him last session.
That's cute.
Yeah.
That's
But
nice.
anyways,
I
so,
have a friend too.
something tells me though he's meticulously not furry.
Something tells me he's not a squirrel.
Moving on. So, yeah, let's how about let's go into the resting area, then kill the guards, and leave.
I'm all up for this.
I mean, we're already half dead anyway, so we gotta lose.
Moment I stepped foot on my first battlefield, I was half dead, mate. 3/4 in the grave.
Well, if you want to go back the way you came, that gate's still closed.
Are there any gates open?
The one the Knolls came
One that
out
got
is open.
blown apart, yeah. Go to that one then.
You feel free to.
I'm gonna cast False Life real quick,
Hey.
just to.
The only way to stay alive, and you're
Yeah.
bump
I'm
myself
still
a
on
little
full
bit.
health, so
Yeah, you didn't get ghosted. You didn't get slimed.
She starts strutting that way. I'll actually lend I'll lend
I
him my
see
shoulder
that
so he can lean
skeleton.
on me. You know what I mean?
You see what? No, Ellis, you don't see a skeleton. What you see is a dwarf shambling out, his skin peeling and sloughing off, revealing the skeleton underneath. Half like puked up on himself, and the other half just bone. It's like all the you can actually see like a bloody pile beneath him as one of his arms has just turned into that kind of goo. And it's probably like as you get up there and you're like, maybe like make a noise to the party.
Less like that, and more just start cursing under her breath and just look back. We've got more of the. We've got company.
And then it like looks at you, just like a mixture of like dry and wet noises. That's very uncomfortable. And we're gonna take a quick break.
Sounds like me on the toilet.
Da 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 da. What?
Happy Halloween, kids.